Hi, this is demonstrating cloud radio. Just think of cloud radio like the likes of TuneIn, Simple Radio, and many more. I'll be demonstrating cloud radio on my Pixel 4 running Android 12 and TalkBack 12.2. For speech services, I am employing the Google Speech Services using voice number 6. I am on the home screen, will now navigate my way to the cloud radio icon, and we'll go from here.
Cloud radio.
Here is Cloud Radio, and now tapping on Cloud Radio.
Cloud radio. Cloud radio. Quick guide in Pager.
This is the first page of the tutorial of the Cloud Radio, and at the bottom left we've got the skip button, and then to the right of that we have the next.
Skip button out of Pager.
And to the right of that
Next button
is the next. I tap on next, or you could simply swipe with 2 fingers from right to left to move through the pages of tutorial.
Add stations to your favorites page, 2 of 13.
Page 2 talks about how to go about adding stuff to your favorites. We'll move to the next page.
Drag and drop to organize your favorite list, 3 of 13.
Let's drag and drop. That's page 3. Let's move to the next page.
Long press to select multiple station to delete, 4 of 13.
In other words, if you've added stations to your favorites and you decided later on that you don't want these stations, then all you need to do is simply long press on a station and there will be a delete near the top or wherever to get rid of it from the toolbar. Or you can long press a bunch of them, or maybe there may be even a select all. We'll see what happens. I'll now navigate to the next page.
Choose the quality of the stream, 5 of 13.
Here you choose the quality of the stream, whether you want a 48 KHZ, 68, 128, whatever the case may be. And let's move to the next page.
A file explorer to find all your songs. You can now record in separate folders, 6 of 13.
So in other words, when you record things, let's say I record a radio station called KZDB, it will create its own folder. And then if I record another radio station called KAST or whatever, it will also have its own folder. And so what this is saying is that you can use your file explorer to navigate the directory and find the different folders for the different radio stations that you've recorded content from. Let's move to the next.
All features have been organized together for faster access, 7 of 13.
That's all about feature organization. Let's move to the next item.
Get the trending stations from your country. Search the stations you want by country, genre or language, 8 of 13.
So let's say you're in your country and you want to hear stations from a different country. You could make a search for those countries and get to see what radio stations are available in that particular country or countries that you want to hear radio stations from. Let's move to the next.
Add simultaneous scheduled recording. We recommend up to 5 simultaneous recording, 9 of 13.
In other words, you could do scheduled recordings, and it allows you to schedule up to 5 radio stations that could be simultaneously recorded. Let's move to the next page.
Add a list of alarm to wake up with your favorite radio, 10 of 13.
Time to wake up, baby. It's morning time. Let's get that alarm going. So you could set alarms actually to get you going in the morning with your favorite radio station. Let's now move to the next item.
Fling motion up or down to open or hide a panel with many shortcuts. Swipe left and right to change the radio or the song, 11 of 13.
In other words, here we could go about how you use gestures to move to the next song and things like that. Let's move to the next page.
Create an account to store and restore your stations, 12 of 13.
In other words, this has to do with account creation. So if I want my settings backed up, or I want my stations to be there when I go to a new phone, or if I do a factory reset, then it is important that one has an account in order to be able to do that. Let's now move to the last page.
Thank you, in Pager. Page 13 of 13.
Here we hear thank you, which concludes that tutorial and all of that. And I believe that at the bottom right, we'll find either finish, done, or okay, or whatever. I'll put my finger now near the bottom right.
Done button out of pager.
Here we hear done. I'll go ahead and tap here to close the tutorial.
Cloud radio. Important.
I am on a new screen now and I heard important. I'll put my finger down near the top and hear what it says.
Please read this. Very important. New Android policy. Android will allow apps to store data only on their default storage folder, which is under Storage Emulated 0 Android Data.com. MSoft, Cloud Radio files Cloud Radio by default. Starting from this version and newer, all recording will be on the default app path, which is in the default phone memory or in your SD card. The app do not require any permissions now. Be careful, if you remove or clear the data of the app, all your files will be removed. So better, move them to another folder using your File Explorer. Your old recorded files are still on your old folder, nothing has been removed. To read more about storage in Android policy.
So here we're being told about what will happen when you clear your storage, or rather, when you uninstall the app and things like that, and also talks about the new file policy within Android and where you'll find your recordings and things like that. And then moving my finger down.
OK button.
There's an OK there at the bottom left. I'll tap on OK.
Cloud radio. Information.
I am on a screen now that says information. Again, I'll put my finger near the top and hear what that information has to offer.
Term of use.
I heard term of use. If I swipe from left to right.
All lyrics are property and copyright of their owners. All lyrics provided for educational purposes and personal use only.
And I swipe right again.
All recorded files are for personal use only.
And if I just triple tap with 2 fingers to read the whole thing, I'll do that. 1, 2, 3.
Privacy policy. Personal informations like emails won't be shared with third-party advertising companies. Permissions requested. Full network access, used to stream radio to your phone. View network connections. This permission give access to the Wi-Fi status of your device to determine whether you have an active connection. Prevent device from sleeping. This permission is used to keep the screen on when necessary. Run at startup, used for the alarm feature and the scheduled recording. Draw over other apps. This permission let you show a floating icon with a menu to control the app anywhere, anytime. Control vibration. This permission let the phone vibrate in case there is problem in the scheduled recording. You have to activate it in your setting before. I agree button.
And those are some of the things that you will encounter. In other words, this is what it has access to or what it does not have access to. And then, of course, toward the bottom left there, we have that I agree button. I'll tap on I agree.
I agree button. Cloud radio. Home, in list.
I am on a new screen now, and on this screen it appears like I'm in the settings of some sort. It says home. But I'm going to put my finger down and see what we have.
Login.
I have login. Below that I have
Search.
search. Below that,
Settings.
settings. Let's keep going down.
Sleep timer.
Sleep timer.
About.
About.
Rate.
Rate.
Deactivate ads.
Deactivate ads, meaning if I tap here, it will take me to the Play Store where I could buy it and remove ads. I have no clue as to how much it costs, but I will tap here and see how much it costs. But let me see if there's anything else below that before I tap on that. I do not find anything below that, so I'll just tap on that deactivate ads and go to the Play Store and see how much it would cost.
Deactivate ads.
Let's tap here.
Play Store. Details for app, Cloud Radio Pro, record, lyrics and music.
Here
Navigate
is
up,
the Cloud
button, out of
Radio Pro, and I'll put my finger down.
$6.49 button.
There it is, $6.49. So it's up to you, but let's go ahead and explore the app and see whether or not it's worth that $6.49. I'll now go back to the previous screen. Swipe left, go back.
Cloud radio. Deactivate ads in list.
And now I'm going to swipe back left again to close this menu.
Tap back button in order to exit Cloud radio.
It will not let me close out of here. If I go back again,
Tap back button in order. Pixel launcher.
it closes me out of the app, places me back on the home screen, and now I'll tap on the app again to bring it back up.
Cloud radio. Cloud radio. Open button.
Now I'm on the new screen, or the first screen now that it's gone through all that tutorial. And the first thing we heard is open, and that will be near the top left corner as always. And then I'll move my finger right and see what I find.
Cloud radio. Cast. Disconnected.
There's a cast,
Search.
search,
More options button.
and more options on the top right corner. Let's tap on more options, see what we find.
Pop-up window. Trending in list.
Here we hear trending,
Latest stations.
latest stations,
Language.
language,
Car mode.
car mode,
About.
about,
Exit.
and exit. I'm going to go back.
Tap back button in order to exit Cloud radio.
So I'm back there, and now I'll put my finger down from the top left going down.
Selected. Tab. Favorites. 1 of 4. In list. 4 items.
I encounter a tab that says favorites, and that's selected by default. So in reality, after you've gone through the settings, or after you've set it up and gone through all the tutorials, and you close out and come back, you're going to be directly within the favorites tab, and that's where the default would be, where your favorite stations are. And of course, I do not have any things here yet in the favorites because I haven't done anything with it. Now move my finger to the right.
Tab. Recordings. 2 of 4.
Here we find recordings. Of course, I don't have any recordings because if I tap here, it'll show me my list of recordings. Move my finger to the right.
Tab. Explore. 3 of 4.
Here we hear explore, and to me, I believe that has to do with exploring the different radio stations across the globe. Move my finger to the right.
Tab. More. 4 of 4.
And more. Let's start here on the more and see what it contains. I'll tap here.
More. Selected. Page 4 of 4.
Tapping on more and putting my finger down near the top.
Crypto ATM machine near Ucoin Cloud.
Of course, there's an ad there at the top. I'll move my finger down.
Scheduled recording.
There's schedule recording. Seems like this is another menu.
Alarm clock.
Alarm.
Sleep timer.
Sleep timer.
User stations.
User stations. That's your own stations.
Favorite songs.
Favorite songs.
Audio equalizer. Design.
I'm just going to go through these.
Quick guide. Recently played stations. Out of list. Arrow recent stations. Button. List. Text. No recently played stations. No recently played stations. Last played songs. Arrow recent songs. Button. No recent songs.
And that's the last item. I'll now go back.
Tap back button in order to exit Cloud radio.
If you go back, it's going to take you out. So your best bet will be to tap on a tab. So what you will need to do is either tap on one of those tabs. You either tap on favorites, tap on recordings, tap on explore, or you can simply swipe from left to right to go to the previous tab. I will now tap on explore tab or simply swipe from left to right.
Tab, explore, 3 of 4, in list, 4
I'll
items.
tap here.
Explore, selected. Page 3 of 4.
Tapping on explore, I'll put my finger down and see what I find. Of course, all those things at the top, like the cast and all of that, search and more, will still be up there near the top. I'll put my finger below that and see what I have.
Dr. Pundit Slow Jams, in list.
I'm encountering a station.
Reach on air.
Reach on air.
80s Christian Music Days.
80 Christians music. I'll move my finger
Image
down.
view favorites, reach on air. Countries, out of list.
And below all of that, there on the left, there's countries, meaning below that we'll have countries. I'll move my finger down.
United States in list.
There's United States, and these are arranged in grid. So if I move my finger, or you have to swipe from left to right because there are a lot of countries, or you move your finger down to the next column. I swipe from left to right.
Albania.
There's Albania,
Algeria.
Algeria,
American Samoa.
American Samoa,
Andorra.
Andorra,
Angola.
Angola,
Anguilla.
Anguilla,
Antarctica.
Antarctica. I'll move my finger down.
40s in list.
Here we have genres, and I think this has to do like whether you want to listen to the 40s,
60s.
60s, and things like that. Now, let's say let's tap on the 60s, for example.
Loading stations. Please wait 3 period, out of list. Downloading, 49 stations. 60s. Navigate up, button.
I am now in the 60s, and I'll put my finger down.
1000 oldies, Germany 60s, German, in list.
Here's something here from Germany.
101. Ru, via, Russia 60s, Russian.
I would love to listen to one of these things.
All 60s all the time, United States 60s, English.
Let's move down.
Antenna Ibola Broadcasting, Italy, Sicily, 60s,
There
Italian.
in Italy.
Beatles Arama, United States 60s, English. Beyond the Beat Generation, Netherlands 60s, Dutch.
Now, what I want to mention here in passing that below each of these, on the left side, you have the different formats or the bitrate. For example,
And all 60s all the time, United States 60s, English.
and on the left of that, I'll have
128 kelvins, MP3.
there's 128 MP3. And to the right of that,
Image view favorites, button.
there's a favorites. If I tap there, I'll be adding that to my favorites. Now, I do have my phone on Do Not Disturb, and so it's not going to play, but I'm going to turn off that Do Not Disturb, so we'll have a
Notification shade.
quick sample.
Quick settings. On, do not disturb. Switch in pager.
I'll go ahead and tap this off.
Music volume set to 50%.
All right, now go back to my stations,
All 60s all the time, United States 60s, English.
and I'll tap here.
All 60s all the time, United States 60s, English.
And that should be playing. I'm not hearing anything
Unable
yet.
to connect to the station. Please try later. Cloud radio.
I am told unable to connect to that station. Let's try a different one.
Antenna Ibola Broadcasting, Italy, Sicily, 60s,
Let's
Italian.
try Italian one.
Antenna 1000 oldies, Germany 60s.
There it is. It's playing the Italian. And then on the bottom right,
Image view footer play pause, button,
there's
out of
pause.
list.
I have paused it. So at the bottom right, we have that play/pause. And then to the left of that,
Antenna Ibola Broadcasting.
it tells me the name of the station. Now, we do not have the record button because I believe it's not playing, so the record is not going to be there. Let me see if I tap on the play/pause at the bottom right and see if there's a record button that shows up.
Image view footer play pause, button.
Now that it's playing, I'll move my finger to the left,
Button.
Scherziamo, ridiamo, ci facciamo
and I believe that would be the record button, and of course it's unlabeled. I want to see if we could activate the labeling feature here, so I'll tap with 3 fingers. Now that it's highlighting on that button that simply says button. I'll tap here,
Android Accessibility Suite.
and I'll
Top
move my finger down.
Add read from next item. Add label.
Add label, there it is.
Android Accessibility
And you
Suite.
can just label that
Keyboard hidden.
and call it record.
60s.
I will
Button.
now
Image view
pause.
footer play pause.
There we go. That is how you go about recording what is going on. Now let's go back.
Cloud radio.
And of course,
60s.
as I indicated, you could add it to your favorites if that's what you wanted. And Of course, you want to go to a different country, you just tap on the name of the country, or you could search in the search field near the top there and find the station that you're looking for. So for me, I think I like radio apps that have the capabilities of recording because number one, if I'm listening to a talk station that I sometimes do and they're interviewing someone that has a book, I want to be able to go back and listen to it, so I will get the name of the book and go purchase such a book. So for me, I love radio apps that have the recording capability. Now let's go up now to the recording and see if I have that thing that I just tapped on to record a little while ago.
Tab, Recordings, 2 of 4.
Let's see if I recorded.
Recordings. Selected. Page 2. In list. Page. If you
Yeah, it
want to
says
split
in list and it says nothing because I didn't record that. So I don't have anything there that I recorded. And let's go back. But before we go back, every time you tap on one of those tabs, for example, or you tap on a radio station, I notice that it has a button near the bottom right, just above that area where we would find a play/pause and recording. Above that, we have
text plus.
something that says text plus. If I tap here,
100% progress bar.
if I tap there, that should give me the information to the radio station or to what is being played and things like that. But because I do not have anything here, I'm not hearing any of such.
Tap back button in order to exit Cloud Radio.
And that concludes the demonstration for Cloud Radio. Now you can decide as to whether or not this deserves your $6.49. As for me, I probably would be buying it because I like the ability to record those talk shows that I like. And that's it about Cloud Radio.